A seraph is a type of celestial or heavenly being in Judaism and Christianity. Literally burning ones, the word seraph is normally a synonym for serpents when used in the Hebrew Bible. A seminal passage in the Book of Isaiah used the term to describe fiery six-winged beings that fly around the throne of God crying holy, holy, holy. This throne scene, with its triple invocation of holiness, profoundly influenced subsequent theology, literature and art. Its influence is frequently seen in works depicting angels, heaven and apotheosis. Seraphs are mentioned as celestial beings in an influential Hellenistic work, the Book of Enoch, and the Book of Revelation. Tradition places seraphs in the fifth rank of 10 in the Jewish angelic hierarchy and the highest rank in the Christian angelic hierarchy. Origins and development: the word seraphim, literally burning ones, transliterates a Hebrew plural noun. Translation yields seraphs. The word seraph seraphim appears 3 times in the Torah and 4 times in the Book of Isaiah. In Numbers and Deuteronomy the seraphim are serpents. The association of serpents as burning ones is possibly due to the burning sensation of the poison. Isaiah also uses the word in close association with words to describe snakes. The Isaiah vision of seraphs in an idealized Jerusalem First Temple represents the sole instance in the Hebrew Bible of this word being used to describe celestial beings. I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up. And his train filled the Hekal. Above him stood the seraphim. Each had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew. The seraphim cry continually to each other, Holy, 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 is YHWH of hosts, the whole earth is full of his glory. One seraph then carried out an act of purification for the prophet by touching his lips with a live coal from the altar. The text uses the word seraphim, but adds no adjectives or modifiers emphasizing snakes. The description gives the creatures both human and avian attributes. A strong association with fire, though, is maintained. In the Hebrew Bible the seraphs do not have the status of angels. It is only in later sources like De Coelestis Hierarchia or Summa Theology that they are considered to be a division of the divine messengers. Seraphs appear in the 2nd century BC Book of Enoch where they are designated as trichons, and are mentioned, in conjunction with cherubs, as the heavenly creatures standing nearest to the throne of God. 2 other classes of celestial beings were equated with the seraphim, the phoenixes and the chalkidri, who were both described as flying elements of the sun. In the late 1st century AD Book of Revelation the seraphim are described as being forever in God's presence and praising him, day and night without ceasing they sing, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. They appear also in the Christian Gnostic text on the origin of the world, described as dragon-shaped angels. In Judaism, the 12th century scholar Maimonides placed the seraphs in the 5th of 10 ranks of angels in his exposition of the Jewish angelic hierarchy. In Kabbalah, the seraphim are the higher angels of the world of Beriah, whose understanding of their distance from the absolute divinity of Ozolith causes their continual burning up and self-nullification. Through this they ascend to God, and return to their place. Below them in the world of Yeziah are the Hayot angels of Ezekiel's vision, who serve God with self-aware instinctive emotions. Seraphim are part of the angelarchy of modern Orthodox Judaism. Isaiah's vision is repeated several times in daily Jewish services, including at Kedusha prayer as part of the repetition of the Amidah, and in several other prayers as well. Conservative Judaism retains the traditional doctrines regarding angels and includes references to them in the liturgy, although a literal belief in angels is by no means universal among adherents. Adherents of Reform Judaism and Reconstructionist Judaism generally take images of angels as symbolic. In Christianity, medieval Christian theology places seraphs in the highest choir of the angelic hierarchy. They are the caretakers of God's throne, continuously singing Holy, Holy, Holy. Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite in his celestial hierarchy, drew upon the Book of Isaiah in fixing the fiery nature of seraphim in the medieval imagination. Seraphim in his view helped the deity maintain perfect order and are not limited to chanting the Trisagion. Taking his cue as well from writings in the rabbinic tradition, The author gave an etymology for the seraphim as those who kindle or make hot. The name seraphim clearly indicates their ceaseless and eternal revolution about divine principles, their heat and keenness, the exuberance of their intense, perpetual, tireless activity, and their elevative and energetic assimilation of those below, kindling them and firing them to their own heat, and wholly purifying them by a burning and all-consuming flame. And by the unhidden, unquenchable, changeless, radiant and enlightening power, dispelling and destroying the shadows of darkness. Thomas Aquinas in his Summa Theology offers a description of the nature of seraphs. The seraphim took on a mystic role in Pico della Mirandola's oration on the dignity of man, the epitome of Renaissance humanism. Pico took the fiery seraphim they burn with the fire of charity as the highest models of human aspiration, impatient of any second place, let us emulate dignity and glory. And, if we will it, we shall be inferior to them in nothing, the young Pico announced, in the first flush of optimistic confidence in the human capacity that is the coinage of the Renaissance. In the light of intelligence, meditating upon the Creator and his work, and the work in its Creator, we shall be resplendent with the light of the cherubim. If we burn with love for the Creator only, his consuming fire will quickly transform us into the flaming likeness of the seraphim. Saint Bonaventure, a Franciscan theologian who was a contemporary of Aquinas, uses the 6 wings of the seraph as an important analogical construct in his mystical work The Journey of the Mind to God. Christian theology developed an idea of seraphs as beings of pure light who enjoy direct communication with God. As mascots and symbols, several Catholic schools use a seraph or a seraph-related symbol as their mascot. Mater Dei Catholic Preparatory School, Middletown, New Jersey, United States Street Bonaventure High School, Ventura, California, United States Street Magdalene Sophie Catholic School, Bellevue, Washington, United States, Koinonia Academy, Plainfield, New Jersey, United States. Several Rolls-Royce models use a flying lady symbol or moniker, which some equate to a seraph. See also, Gabriel, Great Chain of Being, Hayot, Jinn, Merkabah, Tetramorph, References. External links, Jewish Encyclopedia, Seraphim, a Seraphim. Catholic Encyclopedia. New York, Robert Appleton Company 1913a.